Hey, what is up guys, Tom here, back with another video for you, and today I'm going to be finally talking about Rise of the Hutt Cartel, which is of course the first digital expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic, and I'm going to be bringing you my opinions as of right now. Of course the game has only just come out, well the expansion has only just come out, so I can't really comment too much on PvE or PvP, although I will comment on them slightly, but I don't think I've seen enough of them yet to give a full review of each. However, I have had quite a bit of time to play around with the rest of the functionality that's coming with the expansion, such as, you know, the new planet, of course, and just generally many other things. Like, of course, we've got the achievement system in now, there's new dailies, there's new war zones, there's new flashpoints, there's new everything. So, you know, I've had a bit of playing around with these, so I'm going to give you my opinions. So let's start with the leveling, shall we? Now, my opinion was initially very bad. And it still is, because my leveling experience was extremely disappointing. I completed the planet at level 52, and I still do not know why. I posted about it on the forums, and of course, the Star Wars The Old Republic community is quite ignorant, and I was just got a load of response saying, oh, you skipped quests, you skipped quests. But I can guarantee you that I didn't. I just followed my class story as you usually would, picking up any quests in the areas that my class quest took me to. And at one point there was just a big jump. I seemed to go from one zone, which was say level 51, straight up to like a level 54 zone. And I was just following my class story, as well as, like I said, picking up the quests that were on the way. And yeah, the mobs became extremely hard to kill. I had to get someone in from the live stream, a viewer on the live stream, to help me kill any extremely tough mobs, like bosses or anything like that, because I simply couldn't do them myself, not even come close to doing them. And that really just took away a lot of the fun from my leveling experience. And the only way I did level then was by grinding the dailies. And honestly, I actually triple checked all of the zones for quests that I had skipped, and the only ones I skipped were 2 heroics. I skipped an heroic 4 and heroic 2. I didn't skip any regular quests at all. So I had to grind dailies to get to 55. And that took 2 days because I had to wait for them to reset twice, even while doing the weeklies. There are some extra quests that I could have done that involve the macro binoculars, which are those things you go around scanning with, and the Seeker droid, which is this new thing that's come in where you can sort of deploy it to a certain area near you, and it will sort of search the ground below it for any loot, and you have to use it to find, you know, quest items and things like that for certain quests. But these quests take quite a while and quite a bit of effort, and it would have taken me hours and hours and hours of doing those quests to gain a level from just those quests. So I just waited for the dailies, and that's not really a great leveling experience, is it? But I did like the quests, which is why I did sort of like the new planet. It was also very beautiful from a level design standpoint. It was absolutely gorgeous. The scenery was just mind-blowing, and the distance, the view in the distance was crazy. It was absolutely beautiful. But it was, I guess, fun. When it comes down to what you had to do on the quests and that, it was fun. But yeah, you know, I did have to grind dailies. So I'm 50-50 there. The quests were good, and some people didn't have this problem, but other people did. I mean, people did respond to my forum topic saying that they had this exact problem, but others were saying they didn't have this problem. So I don't know what goes wrong. Maybe it's different classes, different class stories giving more XP, or taking you to the right or wrong areas. I don't know. But I can tell you for a fact I didn't skip any quests, and I was level 52 when I completed the planet. But yeah, grinding dailies I get to 55, no problem. So I play around with PvP. The new war zones are quite fun. I'm not noticing anything too different. It's really just PvP, war zones, battlegrounds, what you regularly expect. I'll be bringing a much more in-depth review of PvE and PvP when I come around to it. But yeah, as for flashpoints and hard modes, I did find that the level 55 flashpoints were quite easy. I did them in my, I healed them very, very easily in my level 50 gear. I hadn't upgraded yet. On my level 50 gear, my level 50 epics easily did level 55 hard modes. Yeah, easily. There was no challenge at all. So I feel that they could be spiced up a bit, because you know, I do like a challenge, but I guess not everyone does. They were okay, I suppose, in terms of difficulty. They weren't too easy, but they were easy, realistically. As well, one problem I have with Star Wars is that it's a bit too easy to get gear, I find. You sort of, in one day, you can quite easily cap the currencies and then just get the gear, and then you have to wait a week for the cap to reset, and then you can just cap it again. Which is a bit annoying because you spend one day doing everything and then the rest of the week waiting so you can do it all again. I'd much rather it be made harder to get the currency so that you can then divide it up over the week. It would actually take you a week to cap it, so you feel like you're actually doing something for the entire week rather than just logging in for one day, capping everything, and then waiting a week to log back in and cap them again. And that is one big problem I have with it. But that's all I can really comment on right now. The new gear is not a massive step up, it's sort of around 20 to 30% better as the level 50 gear. It's, you know, like, it's not like a massive scale in damage or a massive scale in healing or a massive scale up in HP. It's about 20 to 30%. And currently there are only 2 sets of gear. There are, actually, there's 2 sets of gear for PvP, I believe, and there are, I think there's 4 for PvE. Yeah, I believe there's 4 at the moment. So there is a nice selection of gear there for PvE coming straight out, but for PvP not so much. And to get the first set, you are absolutely going to have to grind a million war zones. Not quite a million, but quite a few, and that's why I'm completely put off PvP at the moment. I didn't even want to do it. You know, have to grind all those commendations just to get some gear. Get the basic PvP gear, I think, is very unfair. I think there should be, you know, a nice set of gear that you can just get very easily. It's very cheap, whether, you know, you're buying it with credits or Warzone commendations. It could, you know, just a cheap set so that you don't go straight into PvP really underpowered. Because for people just starting out, going against people that have already geared up is going to be a nightmare, and I don't like that. There should be a nice gap between each one, and everyone should get a chance. A nice, someone in the, you know, must be able to get some nice gear when going into PvP, at least something to start off with, not just the basic gear that they had while leveling, because they're going to be so underpowered against most people in PvP. But all in all, I suppose this is quite a big improvement. I mean, there's always going to be bitching about the free-to-play. I've already made several videos about the free-to-play, and I'm not going to talk about it further. But other than, you know, if you're a subscriber, the game is okay at the moment. It is coming along, it's coming nicely. I think they are on the right track, which is what I wanted to see. Although there could have been more improvements. I was hoping for a bit more. But I guess I can still wait and see, because, you know, with this expansion, if they really didn't do anything, if there was no improvement whatsoever, then I was just going to walk away from Star Wars: The Old Republic and just leave it be. But there are improvements, definitely, and that's why I'm sticking around for longer, and I'm just going to really see how this goes. But yep, thank you very much for watching, guys. This is just my sort of first look. This is, you know, my first initial opinions. And yeah, I'll be bringing you more in-depth opinions when I have experienced more of the game and have got through some of the PvP and PvE content. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe if you like the video.